Tencent is the unknown Chinese giant that dominates the video game industry and owns Fortnite and LOL. Some companies stand out every time they make a business move, and then there is Tencent, which little by little is managing to have a piece of all of the companies in the sector. Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In this video, we talk about the secret Chinese company that owns everything. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get more videos like this. Let's get started without further ado. What an understatement it would be to say that China is a strange country. It certainly is. From our bourgeois, democratic, and republican horizon, the Asian giant is the sea of the intricate. Only in a country like this, which has many countries in one, could a company like Tencent emerge. Imagine a Rubik's Cube, resolute, with all its monochrome, pristine, understandable faces. Now you turn it to disarm harmony and create chaos. One of the tens of trillions of possible starting positions. But the computer tells us that, wherever you have fallen, if you know what you are doing, it will be resolved in 26 moves. Now paint it white. The solution is still there, latent, but to human eyes, it is virtually indecipherable. Tencent, the largest video game company in the world, is a powerful but mostly unseen presence in the industry. It holds shares and commercial agreements with major companies such as Ubisoft, Activision, and Square Enix, and owns Riot Games, which includes the popular game League of Legends. Additionally, Tencent holds the majority shareholding in Supercell and Epic, which includes games such as Fortnite, Unreal, and Clash of Clans, as well as PUBG. In the Chinese market, Tencent holds over 50% of the market share in terms of users and billing. In 2018, Tencent's video game division generated 13 billion euros, far surpassing Sony's revenue from their PlayStation 4. However, video games are just one aspect of Tencent's vast market, which justifies its stock market value of almost 30 billion euros. Despite facing regulatory challenges in China, Tencent is a dominant force in the entertainment and social networking industry in its country and plans to expand its influence on the Western market. Ma Huateng, or Pony Ma, and Tony Zhang, the two owners of Tencent, were barely 7 or 8 years old when the Chinese Communist Party, led by Deng Xiaoping, launched a series of huge economic reforms to shift from a planned economy to a socialist economy of the market. The reforms, with ups and downs, managed to make China the second largest economy in the world. It is on this economic map that Tencent emerged in 1998 as a telecommunications company seeking to be for the Chinese what America Online had been for a large part of the world in the 90s. Tencent's history is tied to the history of Shenzhen, one of China's special economic zones, created specifically to attract investors. Over time, and thanks to the fact that Tencent and other companies settled there, Shenzhen is known as the Chinese Silicon Valley. Tencent's first messaging service was called QICQ. It was ICQ, but Chinese. This notorious homage would serve as the canvas for many of his subsequent technological inventions. The dynamic was simple. Find a successful product or system, copy it, change it to avoid enough lawsuits, and sell it as your own. In 1980, the first Chinese capitalists did not have enough time or resources for innovation, and so their entry into the market was almost exclusively through the creation and mass production of copied and counterfeited products. This mechanism is still popular, but there is a whole new generation of entrepreneurs who have been able to modify it enough to understand that the Chinese market is worth it on its own. This is how Tencent blew up. The technology of the new millennium is inevitably associated with video games. Computers come with video games. Cell phones come with video games. Some TVs and cable services. If you don't care, you are going to buy a microwave that will have an Atari emulator installed. The world we live in, at least according to companies, is monotonous. It was a matter of time before Tencent, which was already big in the mid-2000s, also came into the world of video games. The first of them, developed by a South Korean company, is called Crossfire, and 15 years later, not only is it still being played, but thanks to Chinese and Asian gamers in general, it is one of the most flawed video games in history. Soon after, they acquired the rights to publish it in China in 2007, and it is the most played video game in history with more than 700 million registered users. Tencent is frequently in the news regarding the Chinese movie market, which is currently the highest grossing in the world. China Film Insider, a website that provides insights into how the box office works in China, often reports on Tencent's activities. Tencent Pictures has acquired the rights to distribute films such as Bumblebee and Top Gun 2, and has also partnered with BBC to produce the documentary series Dynasties. Tencent has acquired New Classics Media, and while Netflix is known for acquiring new intellectual properties to expand its original content, Tencent already has a vast collection of IPs. Additionally, Tencent is the largest online platform for literature and comics in China. Its reach extends beyond entertainment, with investments in companies such as Snapchat and Tesla. As The Guardian noted, Tencent is a multi-billion-dollar company that many people may not be familiar with. When discussing recent acquisitions in the video game industry, such as Sony's purchase of Bungie and Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard, it is important to note that Tencent is also quietly adding to its portfolio through strategic purchases. In 2020, its revenues amounted to $13.9 billion, while those of the Japanese multinational amounted to $25 billion. In the list of companies in the sector with the highest annual revenue, Tencent is already above Microsoft and Nintendo, and after the non-stop acquisitions that it has been carrying out over the past year, it ends up leading the list in a matter of time. However, if instead of making the comparison with the financial year revenues made public by the companies themselves, quarterly data is analyzed, estimates are made in the case of companies that do not have a separate video game division and sales are excluded. Still, Tencent is already in pole position. Tencent Games, a division of Tencent focused on video games, has established a significant presence in the industry by acquiring shares in more than 30 companies, including major players like Ubisoft, Activision Blizzard, Riot Games, and Epic Games. Tencent's level of control and corresponding benefits vary, with some companies having only a small percentage of their shares owned by Tencent, while others, such as Riot Games, the creators of League of Legends, are wholly owned by Tencent. Tencent has even expressed interest in acquiring Crytek, the developer of Crysis and CryEngine. Avoiding giving benefits to Tencent while continuing to play video games is a difficult feat, especially when playing on mobile devices. Tencent has a reputation for making agreements and acquisitions that fly under the radar, but are nonetheless significant and relevant to the industry. In 2012, Tencent acquired 48.8% of Epic's share capital, equivalent to 40% of the company's total, for $330 million, and has even had discussions with Google as part of their ongoing efforts to expand their influence in the industry. Specifically, in the summer of 2021, a document came to light that showed that Google intended to acquire Epic, influenced by the departure of Fortnite from the Play Store, considering an approach with Tencent to buy shares or, most likely, ally and between the two buy 100% of the company. Not only LOL is owned by Tencent, but this Asian giant also acquired the Finnish company Supercell, creator of Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, for almost nothing. In addition, in their catalog, they have the most profitable game in the world, Honor of Kings, a mobile game that has come to generate $1 billion per quarter, and by 2023, they plan to bring that experience to PC with Honor of Kings World. In 2015, it acquired Funcom, responsible for Conan Exiles and Shark Mob, a Swedish studio that was working on a battle royale set in the universe of Vampire: The Masquerade. Tencent's purchase ticket from its acquisitions is longer than the credits of a Star Wars movie since the purchase of Lei Yu in 2020, who in turn owns a wide variety of developers such as Splash Damage or Gears Tactics Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Turtle Rock Studios, or Back 4 Blood and Left 4 Dead, or Digital Extreme for Warfare and the Darkness 2, or Athlon Games, in charge of the recently canceled Lord of the Rings MMORPG. In turn, they are also majority partners in Grinding Gear Games, responsible for the Path of Exile franchise, Klee Entertainment, creators of Don't Starve and Mark of the Ninja, 10 Chambers Collective, responsible for the cooperative horror game GTFO, Bloober Team, creators of The Medium and Miniclip, a company specializing in mobile games, behind Fat Shark, responsible for Warhammer, Vermintide 2, Don't Nod Entertainment, specializing in narrative adventures like Life is Strange, Timmy Studio Group, one of the developers of Pokemon Unite, and marvelous publisher of popular sagas such as Story of Seasons or No More Heroes. There is also Tencent. Same as Bluehole, creators of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Frontier Developments, responsible for Elite Dangerous or Planet Coaster, Sumo Group, a holding company that includes developers such as Sumo Digital, known for Sackboy, and Adventure in a Big Way, Soleil, creators of Ninjala or Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, Valhalla Game Studios, developers of Devil's Third, and The Chinese Room, responsible for Dear Essler. It is stunning to try to keep track of the number of developers and companies that are somehow part or have received financing from this Chinese company. The list goes on. Jaeger Development for Spec Ops The Line, Payload Studios for Terra Tech, Roblox, Discord, and Bohemia Interactive for Arma 2 have also received investment. Among the agreements it has with other companies, the one it has with Platinum Games for Bayonetta or The Wonderful 101 Remastered, and Remedy, Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break, or Control also stands out, of which they own 3.8%. Tencent is a dominant force in China's entertainment industry, with a firm grip on mobile video games, music groups, and social networks, including the all-encompassing WeChat app that offers messaging, payment systems, e-commerce, and the ability to pay traffic fines or book a doctor's appointment. It's like a conglomerate of WhatsApp, TikTok, Netflix, and Spotify rolled into one, making it comparable in magnitude to a union of Google and Facebook. The company has the support of the Chinese government, and its founder, Pony Ma, is a member of the highest legislative body. Tencent's international expansion includes investments in Tesla, Snapchat, and Spotify, and it almost bought WhatsApp in 2014, according to The Guardian. The company has also invested $150 million in Reddit. Tencent's dominance in the Chinese market is both a blessing and a problem. In China, it is a highly respected and powerful company, much like Google. However, outside of China, it remains relatively unknown and is often perceived as a cheap Chinese company. This misconception is difficult to overcome, despite the company's efforts to expand its reach into the Western market. Tencent has a history of making decisions that benefit its platform, but this strategy may not work in the Western market. Although Tencent has quietly acquired some of the most popular Western companies, competing in the global entertainment market will require a significant effort to adapt to cultural differences, rather than simply localizing their games. Adapting to the Western market would require a more complex and profound approach, beyond simply localizing their products. Tencent has taken initial steps, such as launching their original comics on the American digital comics app Tapas, and signing J.J. Abrams to help develop video games for the global market. The company is also quietly preparing to expand into markets where Netflix is less dominant, and where China's political relationship could be advantageous, including Eastern Europe, Russia, Africa, Southeast Asia, and India. However, replicating the unbeatable success they have in China may prove difficult, as seen with the failure of WeChat's integrated model in the West. Tencent's future expansion and success seem practically unlimited, but the extent to which they can achieve it remains to be seen. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for spending some time with us. If you found this video interesting, let us know what you think in the comment box. Make sure to hit the like button and the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel to get access to more interesting videos from us. While you are here, kindly click on one of the other two videos you see on your screen. We'll see you there.